Welcome to the Cult of Comics podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Brown. Today I'm joined by my usual co-hosts and fellow cult leaders, Sean Walsh. Josh, how you doing? Quite the face. Thank you.
Could be better.
I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Doing my best, Robert De Niro. I don't know.
Okay. Well, welcome to the Cult of Comics podcast. If you've never been on the show before, we are a comic book media podcast. We do reviews about comics that we've read about the week. We also talk about the news of what's been going on in the world of comic books. This is going to be our news episode. We've not done a separate news episode in a minute just because there has been a lot of light news, but this week there actually was some information to talk about. So we can just jump right into it. Today's Sunday, May 30th, and there has been an announcement. Actually, we'll talk about Marvel Eternals. So I have not seen this trailer yet.
You're one of those terrible people who doesn't watch trailers.
Don't get me wrong.
You're terrible.
That's your default mode. That's like your Sean default mode.
Negativity.
Yes.
Anytime there's
British. Pure British.
Yeah, you're just like Michael Scott when it's like anytime I try and do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way.
It's like, as my mother liked to point out, there's a level of dry British humor which is very sarcastic, and then there's just dry, and that's Sean.
Brittle toast.
Very true.
So I mean, I saw the teaser, but I didn't really see like the full reveal trailer unless I missed something there. Was there more?
It was like 2 minutes.
Something like that. Yeah, I haven't read anything Eternals, so this was all pretty new stuff to me.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've not seen any Eternals before. So this is all new characters to me.
It shows them kind of in a spaceship approaching a proto something civilization.
Yeah, like a very sort of early civilization. I
mean, I can't really speak to a whole lot about Eternals. I think we mentioned this before. The most recent Eternals anything has been the Kieran Gillen book that just came out. But before that, it was like 2006 when Neil Gaiman wrote this, like a 6-issue or 8-issue miniseries about them. And that's it.
Have they been, even if they haven't had their own book, have they been active in the Marvel universe?
The last time I saw them was in an appearance in Avengers, I think. And that was about it.
I have read something a long time ago where it was like the Eternals verse something.
You fucking liar. You son of a
bitch. You just sparked that memory. I'm just remembering.
Spark something.
Yeah. It didn't make any sense to me at the time, so I may as well have not read it.
I mean, I'm still gonna go see the movie, obviously, because it's an MCU film. But I'm at this point now where that would be incorrect of me to say. It's more that I'm confused still that they're making this film because it's just a strange choice. It's not the most. I get that
because it's a very racially diverse group of characters.
Well, I don't think they were in the comics.
Well, they had a chance to make them racially diverse now, and they jumped at it.
I don't know. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. This is one of those moments where they're just kind of pulling stuff out of their collection because they've already gone through so much of the heavy hitters, and I get it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I know that there's fans of people out there. I was surprised when Guardians of the Galaxy got put out into the films. I didn't know that they existed until the film came out.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
So I'm a bad comic book fan in that regard, I guess.
You're terrible.
It was still a really good film. Hopefully this is another. I've not seen a bad MCU film. I've seen an okay MCU.
Did you not see Thor: Dark World?
That's what I was going to say. It was the
okay. It's still watchable and enjoyable in places.
It's been probably a decade for me since I've seen it.
That's impressive considering it only came out like 7 years ago.
No, it came out in 2011.
Thor: The Dark World?
Yeah.
Thor 1 came out in 2011.
You came out in 2011. Oh, wait, Tyler came out in 2011.
You're about right. That's about right.
Yeah.
Dark World came out in 2013.
Okay.
Boom! Welcome to the show where we just tell Josh he's wrong.
Yeah.
We tell you you're wrong a lot too. Don't pick on Josh.
No, we.
You're wrong about me being wrong.
Exactly.
Remember last week when you bet me a few dollars about who wrote Spider-Man One More Day? And then I never got my money.
I get the chance to tell you you're wrong because I think that I remember specifically saying to you, I didn't make that bet. I never said, okay, let's make that bet. I never shook hands. I never said, okay, let's do that.
Shake
the hell
hands.
are we going to shake hands?
Seattle.
I don't live in Seattle anymore. You
live,
demon.
yeah.
Do you even know who I am? At this point, I don't think that you. Okay.
I don't remember where you live.
Starbucks, Microsoft, tailor-made baby.
Let me see if I can find where.
I don't know what to say to that at that point. That's just. I feel like you were just collecting a series of words that are just associated with Seattle, and then you're just like, there he is.
Yeah.
Ohio.
We can't shake hands. You live in Bellingham.
Yeah, there you go. You had to look it up. I
didn't remember the name.
Dude, you guys basically live in the same city. Bellingham, Birmingham,
Alabama.
Yeah, that's what I said. Birmingham, Alabama. What a.
But anyways, this is derailing.
It's just easier for him to, slay in Alabama. Just gets women with that accent. So easy for him.
It's not a charming British accent, is it? It's just like so monotone.
What?
Yeah, but you've seen Love Actually, haven't you?
True.
Yeah, sucks.
Not by choice. We've all had a girlfriend who loves that movie.
My grandma loves that movie.
That movie sucks. The movie fucking blows.
She'll watch that every day.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait, are we talking about the same one where it has Mr. Bean playing an angel who like ties a ribbon for Severus Snape?
Oh.
Yeah.
He's not an angel.
He's not.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
The creators of the movie have said that he's an angel. They said that in a report. They said, yeah, he's an angel.
Okay.
Look, what part about this movie fucking sucks do you not understand? That movie makes no sense. There's a transition sequence where Severus Snape's Alan Arkin is actually a good actor. Alan Arkin.
Well, that's not his name.
Yeah, that one. Anyways,
Rickman.
Alan Arkin.
Aaron Sorkin?
Yeah, Aaron Sorkin is going to the store and he gets that thing, the little whatever it is for his like cheating a Paris partner.
Perfume or something.
Whatever the fuck. Anyways, that lady later on has a transition sequence where she just takes off her dress and then steps out of the shot, and that's it. What was the point? What the fuck is the point of that movie? That movie fucking blows. There's a plot in
Christmas and
it's
family.
Not about Christmas. There's one about where one lady is like trying to have like a romantic series of events with her Spanish like secret admirer lover who's like way too hot for her. And she's like, I can't fuck you. My boyfriend who's in the insane asylum because he's got a mental disorder. I have to go take care of him. And her story ends with her almost getting beaten with that guy. And that's it. That movie sucks.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of zoned out and I don't know how we got here from Eternals.
I don't really know either, but I'm into it. Welcome to the podcast.
I assume the audience also zoned out. And they're just as lost
I had
as I
so
am.
many things I just wanted to say about the Eternals and...
Well, hang on. Go ahead. Tell me. So the thing I was thinking was, what about
it's
this
like
movie doesn't make
all these different gods from different mythologies? I think like you got Greek gods, but they've spiced up their names. So instead of like Athena, you just have Athena. She dropped the A, like the Facebook.
Okay.
I can't remember the rest of the names. I don't know.
Athena in the comics is the cousin of Thanos.
Really?
Yeah.
Who knew? I had no idea.
So Thanos is like a Greek god?
Fan. Thanos is the Greek god of death, actually, I believe. Or is that Thanatos?
I think it's Thanatos.
Thanos is someone.
Thanatos Guild?
Yeah, it is. It's the Greek god of non-violent deaths. His name does translate to death in Greek, but
the name.
Some myths he's personified as the spirit of death rather than a god of death. And apparently, the touch of Thanatos was gentle and was compared to the touch of Hypnos, the god of sleep.
I love Greek mythology. It's so cool.
I do too, actually. It's one of those things that you just have to appreciate. I wish that I
might just reread the Percy Jackson books. Let's take a week off comics. Next week, let's just talk about the Lightning Thief.
Okay, I gotta read that. Oh, you got like Gilgamesh, Kingo, Circe, Ajax.
So it's funny you say Circe, because Circe is actually also a name of one of the Eternals. I do know that.
That's the names of the Eternals that I'm looking at.
Oh, I thought you were like...
Yeah.
Gilgamesh is the name of the gods?
It's one of the Eternals.
Okay.
So, like I said, it seems like we're pulling from different mythologies.
I think the big thing for me is just that as much as I want to read something that was based off of like a Kirby original, I find myself just not really caring about the characters too much. Like they've never shown up in anything I'm interested in. So I mean,
it's the same with Guardians
of the Galaxy. That in the movie, it seems like they're going to acknowledge that in the movie. Like they at least show some of that in the trailer, where it looks like they're basically just showing the end of the movie, like after everything has happened.
Sure.
Because they do mention that, like, oh, we haven't interfered before. Like
they're like, oh yeah, now that Steve Rogers is gone and Iron Man's gone, someone's got to step up. And one of the guys is like, oh, I think I could probably lead, and everyone just burst out laughing. So that seems like something at the end of the movie.
I mean, okay.
I reckon that's going to be like before everything sort of kicks off and they're forced to step up shadows, maybe.
I'm more excited about Black Knight than anything else. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, played by I didn't even realize he was in this movie, but played by Kit Harington from Game of Thrones.
For one thing, I really like.
Oh, is that what he is? It just shows like Dane something.
Black Knight's one of those characters that's just like shown up here and there. I actually really like the most recent series that he had.
Is that the one with Cy Spurrier writing?
I don't remember if it was Cy Spurrier, but I just remember really enjoying it.
He's writing the current one.
Oh, okay.
So who is Black Knight?
He's a character that's been around for a long time. I think typically, if I remember correctly, he's not had a comic in like 15, 20 years, something like that. So him having one recently is kind of like a big deal. He's just another one of those characters that kind of digs into the mythology of like the King Arthur's court kind of.
Okay, yeah. It just has him listed as like Dane Whitman.
You not heard of A Secret Identity before?
I know that. Everyone else has their like god name, and for him it's just, hi guys, I'm Dane.
Well, he's not one of the Eternals, I don't think. He's just I don't know. Tyler,
he's from King Arthur's court. He's still old.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Who is Black Knight an Eternal?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, he is just a traditional like human. I mean, here, I'll just send you the Marvel like fandom like wiki, because his stuff is all over the fuck. His first appearance was in Avengers 47. He is noted for his outfit, but he wields the ebony blade, and that's like where he gets most of his.
I know that. I got it in Skyrim.
Yeah. I hate you. I shouldn't have laughed at that. That was such a dumb.
You find it in the Keep Under Whiterun.
Oh, he was born in Gloucestershire, Massachusetts.
This is one of those characters that back in the 90s he got one of those reworkings, actually during the White Vision stuff, where he was wearing a leather jacket and he was using a laser sword. I love the 90s, man. It's so fucking good. I love the 90s. They're just so ridiculous. Anyways, right. He's the one that I'm actually more interested in than anything else. Also, I don't know how to feel about Angelina Jolie playing a character in a Marvel movie.
Not like they got some big names for this movie. They got Angelina Jolie and they got Salma Hayek.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I mean, the reason I say that is because when I look at Marvel films, I look at the people they cast, and typically they're no-name actors. I mean, with the exception of like Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Pratt, kind of. But
at this point, they have they've taken out all like the middle tier actors and a number of big name actors. Now they either have to go with like no names or like they got to start pulling in some titans.
Well, I think one of the reasons why it's so appealing to see these characters like played by these actors is because they have really good casting coordinators, casting directors, and it's nice to see people that aren't just like huge name celebrities become huge name celebrities overnight because of their work with this stuff. So
Because
having
like some of them were already like, you have Chris Evans who had been in a lot of movies. Like
lot of
he'd been in Fantastic Four, but he
Yeah, but
wasn't
he
a
wasn't that
big
big.
actor. No,
Yeah.
people knew who he was, but he was elevated into that next level of stardom by these movies.
Yeah. Here's the weird thing too, is that Chris Evans was put into so many action films that I've never seen. Like so many action films, and it's really odd.
And a lot of non-action films too that I've never seen.
I mean, the biggest thing I've seen him in is in Snowpiercer. I love Snowpiercer.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's such
It's
a
on
good
it's
film.
on the list. Don't worry,
It's on the list that doesn't technically exist.
That director at this point has become one of my top tier favorite directors of all time.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten around to seeing Parasite.
Was
So
it
good.
was it
I know
the Oscars where he made the two little statues kiss when he was doing like the photo shoots for them?
Maybe.
I'll have a look for it, 'cause that
Probably.
picture just cracks me up.
We should move on to the other news about the other announcement with Dwayne Johnson being cast.
Dwayne Johnson
being cast as Krypto the Superdog in the animated Super Pets, and that Black
Sorry,
Adam.
did you say Dwayne Johnson?
I'm sorry, Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Thank you. I was confused who you meant then. I was like, Dwayne
You're
Johnson.
right. That was my mistake. I know. Dwayne the Rock Johnson obviously has been cast as Black Adam back in 2015, as for all we know.
I think it was before that he was in talks for it.
And apparently he's going to be playing the voice of Krypto the Superdog for reasons. I have no idea why. But that's
Tyler, you read Super Sons, didn't you?
The Rebirth stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you read the annual where it's like the Super Pets teaming up?
Oh, that was a long while ago. Yeah.
When you were reading that, didn't you just picture Dwayne the Rock Johnson's voice?
No, I cannot say that I thought of Dwayne the Rock Johnson's voice being like, oh.
Probably just going with like Scooby-Doo, just thinking of Casey Kasem. No, not Casey Kasem. Fuck. He did Shaggy. I don't know.
You hated Shaggy?
No, I was thinking of Shaggy. I don't know who voices Scooby-Doo.
Phil, Fred, something. Fred.
Frank Welker.
Frank Welker. That's it. Is it? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know this guys. I'm sorry.
What are we talking
Dwayne
about?
Johnson probably would be pretty far down the list.
It's just a strange choice. I don't know. Really
it's just like, hey man, come in for like a couple of days, pretend to be a dog. We'll give you a couple $1 million.
It's Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Do you remember that?
You don't even have to work out for this.
He still worked out for it.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember a few years ago when he did that SNL sketch where he was Bambi in the live action gritty reboot?
Oh, I was thinking of some of his SNL sketches, but that wasn't the one. The one where Bobby Moynihan, he was like wrestling. They were doing the promo for the show, and Bobby Moynihan was like some mutt dog, whatever. And Dwayne the Rock Johnson was just tearing him apart psychologically.
I don't know that one. The only thing that I can think of, like outside of the Bambi one, was the one where he is this evil scientist and he makes a robot that molests children.
Yeah, that was one of the best ones from that episode.
Yeah, that was a dark joke. I was very surprised that they put that on Saturday Night Live. Like, I know that
that was the best live one that they did.
Yeah.
Aside from the wrestling one was pretty close to that. Some of the film sketch ones, like the one for the medication.
Yeah.
It made him just psycho.
Yeah, I have no idea. It's good to see that they're finally starting on the filming of Black Adam, though. I mean, it's been 8-9 years since they've announced that they were going to make.
I did my waiting. 12 years of it.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here.
Are they done filming Shazam?
No, I
have no idea.
Have they even started filming it? I don't know.
Yeah, they have.
Okay.
Because I would figure Shazam would come out before Black Adam.
You know, I mean, they kind of hinted that Black Adam was going to get his own movie anyways in the Shazam film, so it's not that big of a deal to me.
Apparently, Shazam
I-
3 is going to be the fight between them.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's not going to be in Shazam 2 much. Maybe the end.
Maybe an after credit scene or something.
Okay.
Yeah, spoiler alert for Shazam 3.
Jesus
Dwayne The Rock
Christ.
Johnson has a clause in his contract that says he can never lose a fight in a movie.
Do you really have that?
Yeah, that's
I
why
mean,
Of
That's
course, they're just
why
going to have to
in-
go off and fight the bigger bad.
in Fast and Furious 5, when him and Vin Diesel fight, they both have that clause in their contract. So they throw exactly the same number of punches in that fight, and
So
they
stupid.
come to a draw. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
And
reason
then
why
they become family.
I've never watched like any of the movies past like movie 3, so I don't really. There's like 9 films now. I
4,
think.
5, and
Yeah,
6
then-
are real. 4, 5, and 6 are good. They're like good,
Yeah.
entertaining action movies.
Oh,
and
I'm
they
sorry.
Dude,
Because there's the
Not- F9 is the next one coming out.
They go
But they're
to
going to go
space
all
in
the
it.
way to 11.
they've already got
These
it out.
movies go to 11. I'm a big fan of Tokyo Drift. That's got a place in my heart.
It's okay. Most of these it stopped
It's
being
very dated.
art porn films to
Yeah.
how ridiculous can we make this series?
Yeah.
Fast 5 is the best one in the franchise.
Sure.
I
Think it-
enjoyed the miles long fight on the airplane
Oh, yeah.
taking off the runway. The runway that went on for probably 70 miles.
So there is news of a new comic book coming out by Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejo, or at least for issue 1. It's called Batman the World from DC Comics. Do you guys know about this at all?
Yeah, so it's a anthology book. It's not single issue. It's coming out as essentially a graphic novel.
Oh, that one
And,
was like $30 or something.
I'm confused.
it is 184 pages hardcover.
Jesus.
And does it have a price? The price is not announced yet. I don't
I
believe.
thought that was the one you guys linked earlier in the week. That was like $30.
It might be. This article doesn't have the price on.
So, I mean, I must have been mistaken when I was checking this out. I thought this was going to be another one of those anthology books where it has like multiple writers and creators from around the
Yeah.
world.
It does, but it's just
and
one
story
issue.
points. Oh,
Sorry?
that's weird.
Yeah.
$24.99.
Jeez, all right. I mean, it's a
160
big book, though.
pages.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
you're
it's
paying for a big graphic novel, so.
so a team of creators from across the world are telling Batman stories, but do take place in their home countries.
Yeah.
So it's a globe-trotting Batman adventure book.
Okay.
North America, France, Spain, Italy, Germany, the Czech Republic, Russia, Poland, Turkey, Mexico, Brazil, China, Korea, and Japan. That's
Nowhere in Africa, I see.
Nothing?
that's 14
Nice.
stories. Yeah, nothing. It's like every country in Europe, and then Russia, Mexico.
I guess comic books
Oh,
aren't
there's
really a
Brazil.
thing. Comics aren't really a big thing in Africa, I guess. Like
I
they're
don't know.
very
Yeah,
a
Bruce
lot of
Wayne doesn't
European
go
and
visit
Asian.
poor people. That's dumb. Go ahead and cancel me.
All right.
Anyway,
Apparently, there's going to be a Justice Society Past is Prologue event and a Stargirl #1 by Geoff Johns. We knew about Stargirl #1, but the Past is Prologue event is apparently going to be. Is that going to be tied into Stargirl, or is it going to be a separate issues?
well, they're separate. But what do you mean? We know about Stargirl #1.
Well, we knew it was that they were going to be coming out with a #1 because of the spring break special.
But it ended with the JSA announcement.
Yes, but it also
Yeah.
ended with the Stargirl #1 announcement.
No, it's just weird the way you said, like, oh, we know about Stargirl #1, but not this.
So I'll preface this,
Okay.
or I'll explain. When we knew that they were coming out with the spring break special, I mean, it wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense to just be like, okay, random fucking Stargirl book
Fair
for no
enough.
reason. Yeah. I mean, it's insinuating they're going to lead into a new series, Geoff Johns, and he even said, "I want to write that character again." So the JSA thing is the thing that I'm more surprised about, because that was never discussed, and it was lightly touched on in Infinite Frontier, and that's about it.
Yeah, but there might be a loose crossover because Courtney is on the little preview page we got for JSA. I hope these are both ongoings. Brian Hitch is a weird choice for an event book.
Not really. I mean, he's done a lot of events before. I like Brian Hitch, despite like his.
He's very hit or miss. When he's got the time to focus on it, he can look really, really good. But when he rushes, it looks messy.
There's a lot of times that I've looked at his art and said, "This is the stuff that I want to see in a comic book," and then other times I'm just kind of like, "Meh." But
his work on Hawkman was really good.
His work on Hawkman, his work on some of the Justice League stuff that I had seen him work on.
Do you remember that cover of Wonder Woman where she was clearly a man?
Yeah, there was a lot of weird choices that he's done over time, but I mean, I would rather.
He's got the JRJR problem, which is he will always hit the deadline, even though a lot of his books been delayed. Weird comparison to make. He will meet the deadline, and his work will suffer if the deadline's too tight.
I think that most artists have that issue, though, where, I mean, when you have a time constraint like this, there's always going to be some sort of an issue. And there's a reason why Gary Frank doesn't allow for that to happen. I mean, there's never been a time that you've looked at one of his pieces of art, like a panel of anything, and said,
it's always perfection.
It's always perfect. And I get why he does it. I'm not happy about it when it comes to take 2 months, but every time that Doomsday Clock came
I would rather get a perfect 6-issue miniseries from Gary Frank every year rather than have him do like 2 issues of a book and then have a break.
Yeah, me too. I would too. I think that makes sense. When we get into the breakdown of the comic books of the week for JSA and Stargirl, I'm excited to talk about that because I have a lot of for the JSA. There's been a solicit for a Superman versus Lobo, which is not the first time that they've fought, but this is something they're trying to hype up right now.
It's interesting that Lobo's getting such a push recently because he was in the Chip Zdarsky Last Ride book. He's got the Lobo and Crush book, and now this.
Okay, but so that's like Superman definitely wins. I think he's got it in his contract that he can't lose.
So Lobo is one of those characters that, because he has that regenerative ability where he can just like die and come back, I think
he's DC's Wolverine, but he's from space.
Wolverine from space, and he's way more dramatic about it. Like, he can revive from the smallest cell. He's more like Majin Buu or Cell from Dragon Ball.
As long as there's like one molecule of blood left, he will completely regenerate.
Yeah, should have gotten Jason Momoa to play him.
He would have been perfect for him. And like at the time, they were like, "Oh, Jason Momoa is in talks for a mysterious DC role," and I was like, "Please be Lobo! Like, you are the perfect Lobo. You are Lobo." I mean, it was like, "Oh, Aquaman." It's like, what the fuck are you thinking, DC?
Yeah, dos.
I just don't understand the choice with that too, because like, dude is fucking tallish. He's like 7 feet tall by himself anyways. And then you got him to play Aquaman.
Yeah. Is he that tall?
He's fucking tall, bro.
Bro. He's probably like 6'2".
Dude, I'm 6 foot. If he's 6'2", I will shit a kitten. That man
6'4".
I'm 5'11", but I self-identify as 6 foot because it makes girls want me more.
Yeah, nah.
Make it a little bit easier for yourself.
5'10". Be straight up with you.
Yes, this is written by Tim Seeley, Sarah Beatty, and art by Mirka Andolfo.
That you mentioned that before. That's a weird choice for an artist.
Yeah, it is very strange for her because she draws just very like
can't turn down work. Maybe.
Yeah, what's what I'm looking for? She draws very like feminine. Pretty, beautiful, slightly feminine.
It's not slightly. It's very.
Maybe more manga-y.
Yeah, I mean, I would disagree with that. I think that there's a lot of popping in the colors, but I don't think that's necessarily manga-y. It's a very sexualized, feminine-looking,
Yeah.
pretty stylized creation that is her work. I like it. It just is a weird choice for...
The cover does look pretty good, though.
Like, she's Italian, right?
Yes.
So the thing about Italian artists especially is there's kind of like a trend on how they paint certain things. For a masculine style, like they have a lot longer noses. They're a little bit, skinnier in design. Females, when they create their characters, they're a little bit more rounded rather than rigid in shape, and there's a lot more popping in color. That's just what I've noticed. I'm making a bit of an overgeneralization, but that's just what I've noticed personally. Yeah. Kind of like how you see traditional comic book art from America in the 1960s and 70s, kind of having a very similar theme. You know what I mean? Flat kind of palettes, etc. I'm looking at the cover and it looks cool as fuck. It's very interesting to see. I mean, she's a great artist. There's no denying that she's
definitely.
It's just interesting that this is the thing. Also, Tim Seeley doing this. I mean, that's going to be
I'm a fan of Tim Seeley, and he said there's characters popping up from his Nightwing run in this as well.
Okay. Nightwing as well as Grayson.
He just said characters from his Nightwing run.
Okay.
So people have been speculating it's going to be Orca.
Mm.
I don't know why.
Yeah, it's not quite like pastel paintings, but the colors seem to be blended a lot more.
I really need to buy more of her stuff because I really do love her work. It's just there's been some books lately that the story's been kind of meh.
Her writing is not good, but her art is very good.
Her art is very good.
Yeah. Josh Howard's issue 5 of Deep Beyond.
Has that come out yet?
Whichever one was the last one you read where you're like, it's getting better, but it's still not good.
I think that was number 4.
Okay.
Like there's some semblance of a story.
Well, that's good that a story has a slight semblance of a story.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for. Is on the cover, is that Starro in the background?
On what cover? For the Merca and Duffo Lobo?
Yeah.
Or for the Merca and
Merca and Duffo Lobo?
There's a big eye in the background. I can't tell if it's Starro or not.
It's multiple eyes.
Oh yeah.
That has to be Starro.
Yeah,
it has to be.
There's also a big push for Starro recently. With this and Suicide Squad.
Not just
and
Suicide
Squad. Scott Snyder's Justice League. Yeah.
I like Starro. I think Starro is a really fun character.
I like Jarro.
I finally found my 4 issues of Scott Snyder's Injustice, or not Injustice. I'm sorry. That 4-issue run.
Oh, Hellerism?
No, it was the stuff he wrote right before the Justice League stuff with Starro. They had 14.
Oh, No Justice.
No Justice. Thank you. It's a weird name. Anyways,
I think it's on the floor behind me in a pile.
That's how you do your comics. I throw them in a pile.
To be fair, I just got through cleaning up 2 months worth of my 3 months worth of my comic books just laying around. I'm surprised he hasn't kicked me out yet.
He's gone.
I've been sorting out some comics to sell, so they are somewhere back there, but I don't know where. Anyway, what's next? The
Joker Puzzlebox Solicit. Who's writing this?
I can't remember. Was this the Jeff Lemire one?
Yeah.
Is it really Jeff Lemire?
No, it's not. No. Matt Rosenberg and Jesus Marino.
I mean, I like Matt Rosenberg, so that's cool.
Yeah, the art looks very traditional Joker.
This is another giant book, right?
I think it's Black Label miniseries. Let's have a look.
Oh, okay.
Issue 1 of, does it say? 7-issue series.
Okay. Jesus Marino is a good artist, so I mean that's interesting.
Yeah, and the coloring for Joker looks very on point. He's got like the bright green hair, the bright purple suit. It's a much more traditional Joker than we've had recently, I think.
They're doing like a black, white, and green, or
there's so many fucking Batman family books coming out now.
I'm just gonna tie into the Batman Joker.
No, this is just a Black Label standalone book.
I think I'm gonna start putting my foot down about the amount of like Batman books I get. Like
More.
I can't,
The amount of books you're willing to get is one more than whatever you're getting right now.
dude, it's just there's the detective, there's urban legends, there's Batman Detective Comics, there's Joker, now there's this new Joker. I mean, what else is there? Jesus Christ. That's 7 right there.
Yeah, and I remember you saying, when the Superman versus Lobo was announced, just what we need, one more Lobo book.
You know what was weird? There was a little bit there back in the New 52 when they canceled old Lobo and then reinvented new Lobo with Cullen Bunn. And everyone fucking hated it because they made Lobo sexy. It was a whole.
Well, then I guess we can't cast Jason Momoa as Lobo.
This is actually a digital first book.
We got to cast Patton Oswalt. Patton Oswalt as Lobo.
As sexy Lobo.
So it's going to start. It's starting in June, coming out as digital chapters, and then in August it's being printed, and they're 40-page issues.
They've started doing that more because they're trying to push for some more profits to be made from digital, and I get it, but still,
I'm old. You can't change me.
Have you noticed how they keep doing that to specific types of books? They're like, hey, we'll not do that with a Superman or Batman book. We'll make sure that we do it for a book that we're kind of hesitant about.
But if it means we get some more like obscure stuff out of it, I'm happy with that. Like if they don't think it's got enough,
I mostly notice it. I mostly notice it when I see the solicit. It's like previously a web release.
Yeah.
I'm just going to read
highly of it.
I'm just going to read this solicit for you because it does sound quite interesting. So, The Joker presents a puzzle box, takes place over the course of a night in the Gotham Central interrogation room, as the Joker reveals a series of seemingly unrelated stories involving his fellow inmates. Stories will also hold the key to solving a larger mystery of murder and mayhem. As the series progresses, it becomes apparent that each tale is actually a piece of the Joker's larger plan.
Interesting.
So it sounds interesting.
There's a whole thing. Wasn't there a part of it where it was like, can you solve it before whatever?
Like, don't get me wrong. It
said something like that.
Like, it's going to be good. I'm interested. It's just, it's again, that question of like, how much money can I fucking give to DC at that point? And it's hard for me to be that critical about them because I get it because they're giving work to creators. I like that. I also understand that they're a corporation and they're trying to make money. And so it's not a really big, it's not a valid complaint to an extent, but the other side of the argument is if you consistently put out the same, like if you're pushing for one part of the universe and you're just pushing in different formats, like you're taking away work from other characters and corners, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me.
No, I get that.
Yeah, but they were supposed to not even, DC was supposed to be shuttering its doors at, this
that's what we were told.
Everything down.
Don't you guys hear? They're going to be bought by Disney and going to merge with Marvel. They've been saying that for 5 years, and they're still pushing for it. And every time I get into an argument with somebody online about it, where I'm just like, "You're a dumb cunt. You're a dumb cunt," they're always like, "You're just a hater. You don't know what you're talking
20 years down the road."
Speaking of mergers, that leads us nicely into the next point of Amazon buying MGM.
Yeah, that was interesting. So let's see here. That means that they're going to own the rights to Shark Tank, a lot of old films, which kind of makes sense because they have a lot of access to that anyways.
Yeah, they get the Rocky movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pause. Note here. Is he
Josh
frozen?
He's frozen, yeah.
Okay. I was going to say.
Look how happy he looks.
He really is. I'm taking a photo. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's fantastic. I love that. Okay, let's see here. Okay, he left.
No, he's back, I think.
So that was that 27.
And here he is.
I'm back.
It's fine. We're not going to cut out. It was funny.
Okay. I was just talking to myself. La, 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 la.
Well, we can leave this in for the video version, but for the audio version, we should cut it out.
Okay.
So where were we?
Yeah, so they've got the Rocky movies as well as part of it. And
MGM
also bigger news, they now own the James Bond franchise.
Ooh.
Yeah, but not all of it. Not like 100% ownership. They got to share that with the Broccoli
Yeah.
family.
True.
So,
And the Broccoli family get final say on decisions, I believe.
yeah. So, Amazon can't just start, milking James Bond for all he's worth.
006 TV show, 009 TV show.
James Bond, the early years.
I like to think of myself as a 007.5, but it kind of just depends on like what my mood is in.
009 and 3/4.
Crossover with Doctor Who.
I don't know apparently enough about the franchise. You guys know way more than me. I need to turn in my man card. Apparently, you guys know I don't know who the Broccoli family is. Are they the original owners of the books, or?
No, it was
The
Ian
Broccoli
Fleming who wrote the
family
books, but
are
they're
the people
ones.
They make the movies.
Yeah.
It's been a whole family thing.
I didn't know that. Okay, cool. I had no idea. I mean, that's something to look at further in the future. That means that some of the original content from Amazon is going to be a bit crossing over between theaters and online as well. That means we're going to be seeing some interesting stuff coming out into the market. Do we want to talk about the Powerpuff Girls?
Sure, real quick.
Yeah, just really quick.
Why?
Rebooted.
Yeah, well, they have to rework the TV show.
They haven't really.
It didn't. Huh?
They haven't really announced why, right?
They said it just didn't work.
Leaked pictures, it looked terrible.
Are you talking about?
Some people were leaking the script, and they said it didn't sound quite right. I think part of it was they felt like maybe they over sexualized the Powerpuff Girls.
Well, why else would you watch Powerpuff Girls? Let's be honest.
Talking about teenage 20-somethings talking about their hookups.
Wait a minute, but they're not teenagers anymore. I thought they were like 20-something-year-olds.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't know what age they were supposed to be.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's still weird sexualizing them.
I mean, I guess. I mean, sexualizing versus being sexual beings. Yeah, I guess I can see that. It's just a weird choice to make the show.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But they're like, it doesn't quite work. We're not going to go to series just yet. We're going to go back and redo.
But yeah, as well, they cast
pilot.
Donald Faison as the professor, and it's just such a weird show. I want to see it out of morbid curiosity more than anything.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at a part of the script. Buttercup says, "I'm not wearing that dress anymore. It's compulsory heterosexuality." Blossom says, "Take it up with Dad." And that's all you need to know about it.
Okay, I don't even want to watch out of morbid curiosity anymore.
You probably won't ever have the chance.
Everyone hates it. Everyone fucking hates it. And that's all we need to know about it. Listen, if you want to go watch the Powerpuff Girls show, I have a better option for you. Go on TikTok. Go watch the twerking video of the 3 girls on the beach. You'll find it really easily. It's to the Powerpuff Girls theme song. That's all you'll need to know about the show. Sean, I
gotta go.
I'll be in my bunk.
Where's my blanket in motion? I need it right now.
I gotta take my pants off.
All right, so you were excited about Josh.
This is some interesting news.
It's weird. Josh is more excited about this than I am.
Yeah.
Cast as Kraven the Hunter and is going to be in a solo film.
I could not know why I would be excited about it.
Yeah, you were like really pumped about it. Like,
I mean, he's pretty cool. Kraven the Hunter is pretty cool.
Yeah, but this is another one of those examples. Here's my big issue with this. Sony doing this is yet another example of Sony just shitting the bed when it comes to just like letting the fans get what they fucking want out of a film that includes Spider-Man and just letting fucking Disney do something with these characters instead of making fucking Black Cat.
And the biggest part of this is it means that the movies aren't even slightly canon to the MCU because obviously Aaron Taylor Johnson has already been in the MCU.
Yeah.
So basically, they just put a line
messed
here and
around
gone,
with that.
"No, this is our stuff. That's your stuff."
That's our superhero.
What
You
before
gotta
was
find
just
another
very
actor.
ambiguous that they weren't really addressing. Him being cast is now a big no. Our stuff is separate.
Absolutely.
Who knows? Maybe they will kind of address it in the movie. Like, look, you look kind of familiar.
Here's the problem.
But it's like it's going to be what? Like a solo film that leads into the Sinister Six.
Imagine if it comes out and it's just, oh God, what's Evan Peters as Kraven.
Oh.
Or cast Evan Peters as Kraven in the MCU.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was thinking something like, what's your name, man? I don't know, but I'm really hungry. I'm really craving some like deer meat. All right, Kraven the Hunter. That's your name now.
I hate you. Fucking hate you so bad.
Oh, it's like the Solo movie when he was like, "Oh, I don't have any people," and they're like, "Oh, you don't have any people, huh? Your name can be Solo."
Thank you for getting the joke that I was trying to make.
I hate you both so goddamn much. Here's the thing that you should be hopeful for, realistically, when it comes to the future of these films. The best that you can hope for is that the Morbius movie fucking sucks, that the Venom 2 movie sucks, and Sony just decides to just drop all of it and make zero. Just stop trying to make these fucking films, because I don't give a shit about the Morbius film.
Disney, just buy Sony. Hurry up and just buy Sony.
They've literally tried to. They've tried to do a lot. They've made multiple offers to Spider-Man. They refuse to sell.
Just buy the whole company. You can do it, and it wouldn't even.
Sony is a big company. Sony's huge. Like,
yeah,
the biggest company in the world.
I'm pretty sure they've been losing money for the last decade.
They could also bomb, and then Sony's like, "I'm taking my toys home."
Okay, let's see here. Sony is. Okay, I thought that they had a parent company, but nope, they're just like their own. They are strictly their own. Sony Entertainment is a huge company. I don't know if they're on the list of like the top 7 companies in the world that own everything. 7 companies that own everything. Let's see here. It is. That's not the list. Where is it? Viacom, Disney, Time Warner, CBS, News Corp, and GE. So Sony falls nowhere on there. So what the fuck? How do they not own them? That doesn't make any sense.
How can they be independent?
How can they be by themselves? Disney and ABC is $17.2 billion. They can do it. Come on. This is bullshit.
Well, Avi Arad's probably going to be involved in this.
Yeah, unfortunately. To the audience who doesn't know who that is, Avi Arad.
You've all seen Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. Yes. He's the guy who was
Enough
responsible.
said.
He's been a part of like every Spider-Man production.
Yeah. So the big reason
every
why
Sony
he's
thing
involved in it is because he's really tied heavily to the original 1998 ownership of the film rights back when Marvel was going bankrupt, and he has a huge dump of money invested into toys. So when it comes to the marketing and sale of the Spider-Man toys, he gets a pretty penny off of that. So him pushing for these characters mostly is because he wants to make profit off of the toys. Like making the movies for him.
He owns Tom Holland.
Yes, that's it.
All that he's done, he's doing all the Spider-Man films. He's also doing Uncharted, which also has Tom Holland.
I don't know how to
feel about suck.
Yeah, maybe. So, to move on to things that we should be excited about, Death has been cast in the Sandman Netflix TV show by the actress Kirby Howelle-Baptiste. And my initial first thought was, ooh. My second thought was, oh, wait, she is English. Yay. Thank God. That was my only thing. I was just like, why would they cast an American?
So you haven't watched The Good Place?
I don't recognize her from that. I recognize her from Barry.
Oh, okay.
Who is she in Barry? Oh, I know her. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was really good in The Good Place.
I only watched the first season of The Good Place. I've heard good things.
Oh, my God. How can you watch only the first season of The Good Place? That's a fantastic show.
Because my girlfriend hates it.
When is season 3 of Barry coming out?
Well, your girlfriend is wrong.
Barry has not come out soon enough, and I want it back.
The last season came out literally 2 years ago last week.
I know. It's insane. I hate it. That was such a tight ending too. Like the way that they did that. I'm not going to go into that. Anyways, Kirby Howelle-Baptiste. I'm excited about this strictly because I know how bubbly she can be, and the character is a really bubbly character. So, not opposed to this. Now, on the show before, we have talked about how race bending has been an annoyance for a lot of people who are comic book fans.
I only care when they change a redhead to a
that's the only
black person. Yeah.
So I don't have an issue with this because the mythological character of Death being portrayed as a human being can be really nuanced. Like, I don't really give a shit about that. Like, there's no set mythology here. I mean, in the comic book, she's portrayed as a white goth girl, but like, that's it. I'm really not opposed to that. I don't really know anybody who would be really
Like
opposed to that.
The real form that's just like, I can take, whatever form I feel like today.
I mean, yeah, the only thing that I hope they keep is that they keep her goth. Like, if she's not goth, I'll be weirded out by it. Like, that was a really big reason why that character is so like adored, is because she's a bubbly goth girl, and it's just kind of awkward, strange. But Kirby Howelle-Baptiste is also a good actress, so I mean, it's a good casting choice on that.
You think? I was gonna say, shit. Tom Ellis? Do you think Tom Ellis is gonna appear as like a different form of Lucifer?
I would love it if he did, but
because Netflix owns that now.
Gwendolyn Christie's already been cast as Lucifer.
Yeah, I know that, but like, just kind of duck in. Hey, what's going on here? Wait a minute.
Question: isn't Lucifer in the Sandman book anyways female?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
It was heavily inspired by David Bowie.
So like androgynous.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I mean, cool. We'll
speaking of Lucifer, the second half of season 5 has come out, and I'm like 3 episodes in, and it's so good.
I've never watched a single episode, but everybody loves it.
Season 1 is very formulaic.
They're like, 2, you can do a Lucifer show, but it has to be a procedural.
Yeah. Honestly, I really recommend it because it gets so good after season. There's a few really good episodes in season 1, but season 2, like, the quality skyrockets. Okay. Watch it now. We're just stop the podcast. You just watch it now. Me and Josh will just
give you 15 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, later, guys. Before we finish off,
This is big news. Like, it came out of nowhere.
You're never gonna predict this.
Oh my god.
Oscar Isaac has been cast as Moon Knight.
Hot damn.
I really wish this meme of a joke that we keep doing is something that we did ourselves, but it keeps fucking getting released into the news. Like, new news. Like, guys, Oscar Isaac. And it's like, this was like,
what about him? Huh?
Oh, you didn't hear?
Huh? No. What about Oscar Isaac?
Oscar Isaac has been cast as Moon Knight.
I did not know that. That's so amazing.
And on that note, we have nothing else to say. That is just huge news. Go take some time to collect yourself. Go get some tissues and some lotion and call us back in the morning.
I gotta take my pants off.
All right, this. I'm wearing sweats, and man, I don't have enough room in here.
You don't even have to take them off.
I don't have to right now. I don't even know what's happening at this point. I need some oil. Anything else we want to shout out for the news? Because this has been a actually decently length one. We did it within the time frame of what we wanted for. Nothing else to really chat about, I think.
We had the Henry Cavill cast
Highlander.
There can only be one, so he has to kill a white person who is going to be a Spaniard.
Paul Rudd. Wait, no, I came up with that list of what was it? The list of Scottish actors.
Yeah. God, that was
Scottish actors. I just Googled Scottish actors. Yep, David Tennant. That's it.
I would actually really like that. That would be really funny. So I actually watched that recently with my girlfriend, and she'd never seen it before. She didn't know nothing about it. It is such a bad film. At the end, when he's spinning around, you can see the wires, you can see the painting on the film. It's just bad. Erica,
Craig Ferguson.
Well, you remember that part where he's spinning around? He says that he can be everything and nothing. She remembers.
Hey, remember that time?
Hey, you remember that time that in Die Hard you were walking around on glass, and then you cut your feet open?
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was awesome. Thank you for getting that reference. And on that note, we're going to call it here for the news episode of the Cult of Comics podcast. I've been your host, Tyler Brown. This has been Sean and Josh. You can find me on TikTok at Tyler Brown is here. I'm no longer on Twitter because I've been shadow banned for killing Prince Andrew, and potentially
you killed Prince Andrew? That's not in the news yet.
Not yet. And you can find Sean Walsh at Twitter.
You can find me on Twitter at Sean Walsh 747.
And you can find Cornhusker One over here, hiding behind a dark alley, trying to stalk the original O.J. Simpson. That's right. We know what you do in your free time.
The
original, not the new one, not the fake one. The original.
The 100% fresh squeezed O.J. Simpson.
Is this like a new Paul McCartney's dead theory that OJ was replaced?
I'm more partial to the Avril Lavigne 2 theory.
I don't understand that theory in the slightest. We should just do a whole episode on conspiracy theories with these people.
Our Department of Truth episode, just all about the dumbest conspiracy theories
that you'll ever find whatsoever.
I would actually love to do that.
This has been the Cult of Comics podcast. You can support us by checking out our RSS feed on anchor.fm, who has been supporting us and distributing us. You can find us on Spotify. You can also support us on patreon.com/Cult of Comics podcast. You can find us on Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Pocket Cast, all the podcast locations, thanks to anchor.fm. What else is there to say about this?
Give us $1.
Give us $1 and also check us out on YouTube. Thank you for checking us out. All hail. Have an awesome rest of your day. And good night.